Welcome back, YouTube. It is still Monday evening, 10:35 p.m. and April 24th, 2023. I see a lot of lights ahead of me. Not quite sure what's up with that, especially considering that at this point, I don't see things at a distance very clearly. In fact, I don't see much of anything very clearly anymore. I don't know. One of my goals for last year was to get money ahead enough to get LASIK, which obviously didn't happen, and now I'm over a third of the way into this year, and it's really not looking like it's going to get done this year either. But I don't know. I keep hoping. Up until about a month and a half ago, I was making pretty good progress at getting my credit card balances down, but they've definitely gone up in the last month and a half. But hopefully I get my car back and in the very near future, and I can kind of get back on track. On the bright side, this last stretch of not having a car, some things have changed in terms of public transit and other transportation options. Since the last time I went an extended period without my car, and I feel like I've kind of learned some tricks and stuff that I do want to kind of keep transit in my mix somewhat after I get my car back. With gas being around $5 a gallon right now and projected to keep going up in price, I do think it would be worthwhile to maybe start regularly using other options other than just driving to work. Although tonight, driving would have been a no-brainer since I overslept so much. I want to say I woke up around 9 o'clock, and it would have been nice to get to work, at say 9:30 instead of, I'm going to end up getting there about 10:45. So it's looking like all these lights that I was seeing up ahead is a long line of trucks waiting to get into the warehouse. Not the first time I've seen this here, and if you look at the Google Maps reviews of GYR3, one thing that really stands out is that truck drivers hate us. And I'm sure that this is one of the big reasons why. So, can't fix that, y'all. Sorry, truckers. I'm just a forklift driver who opens and closes the docks. The trucks getting swapped out is done by Tom Team, and if it makes you truckers feel any better, I'm often extremely frustrated with Tom Team as well, as they often take a long time to get to. Well, thanks for blocking the driveway there, truck. As they often take a long time to get the trailers moved from dock to dock. In fact, last night I worked on the north side handling totes. I want to say that was Friday night. Yeah, last Thursday night. Honestly, I feel like part of the blame was Cody pulling in 3 trucks of UPP to docks number 333, 334, and 335. I understand we were trying to get sides, but it was just, I don't know, to me it was just overkill. But there was an issue with one of the trucks, and that's not on Cody, it just kind of is what it is. I didn't really talk about what happened with that. That's an interesting story for those who enjoy my misadventures of Amazon type stories. One of my more unnerving moments on the forklift, as I had Steph from safety on one side of me, Chris, one of my area managers, on the other side of me, and then Christian, one of the PAs, a little further to the left of Steph, all of them telling me what to do as I was trying to do a very difficult maneuver and get two piles of UPP that were not secured correctly, and were consequently stuck on each other out of the back end of a truck that I couldn't lower the dock plate into. It's unnerving when there's not problems, other problems with the way freight is loaded into the back of a truck, but it's so far back that I can't lower the dock plate in. It's unnerving getting that stuff out with the forklift anyway, because without the dock plate, basically I'm taking my wheels very close to a giant gap that I could literally make the forklift fall into, which is scary. And that gap, of course, prevents me from getting my forks completely under the pallets I'm trying to remove. Now, I've done that operation numerous times, but this was extra difficult due to the problems in the pallets. And generally speaking, when I'm doing that, I have one area manager that is just sort of watching me. And most of them have enough confidence in me that they just kind of stand back enough to see to see what I'm doing, and for the most part are just quiet so I can concentrate, because they know I'm pretty good at what I do, and that I do have some autism related mental health issues, and that I get rattled easily. So it's just best to be quiet and let me focus. Because I am like one of the best forklift operators in the building at this point, one of the most experienced ones in the building. But yeah, like a whole lot of people yelling things at me will definitely fuck with my concentration. And then by having all three of them all telling me different things simultaneously, and then the other problems, that was a nerve-wracking experience to say the least. And of course it sucked up a lot of time. Anyway, ultimately we ended up with 3 of the 4 dedicated tote docks without trailers of totes in them. And then other work that I needed to do got backed up because I was dealing with that whole truck mishap. And we ended up not having totes for a truck with totes for hours. Just hours. And people were really stressed out about it. I'm like, I can't do anything about it. I don't have totes. I don't have totes to unload for you. As soon as totes show up, I mean, I'm sitting here babysitting these doors. As soon as totes show up, I'm TDR. I'll open the doors and I'll start getting them to you, you know. And apparently I did. Well, and when that happened, and I ended up getting 2 trucks almost back to back. When it did happen, I mean, I apparently was remarkably fast in getting the totes available to the water spiders. And I had one woman who was super attractive. I honestly, I couldn't tell if she was just really appreciative of the way I was getting the totes out, or if she was flirting with me. And I really would like to talk to her, like at a break or some time where I'm not like under pressure trying to get totes unloaded at crazy fast speeds. But anyway, yeah, so that was Thursday's adventure. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, when I get my car back, because fuel is so expensive, I would like to start utilizing transit again. Of course, I said that last time, and then it didn't take me long to decide that, yeah, that was too much of a pain in my ass and took too much time. But I really do enjoy riding the rapid bus. And I somewhat enjoy riding the light rail. And the big bottleneck, as far as me using transit to get to work and back, is the transfer downtown, which I make the most of by going to Taco Bell Cantina. I enjoy that. And just getting from my place to the light rail, generally the station at 44. It's the Route 44 bus. That's the bottleneck. That's the big pain in the ass. And then, of course, weekend schedules if I have to do it on a day that's not a weekday. That sucks as well. But you know, once I get my car, I certainly have the option of a park and ride, and I really should try to fix one of my scooters. And I have found that using the scooter passes with Lime is really helpful. I certainly enjoyed my scooter ride today, and it only took about 8 minutes. So, although I could have actually made it quicker, this one instance, I could have made it there quicker on the 44 had I been paying attention to the fact there was a Route 44 coming as I was finishing off the last little video segment. Another thing that I'm doing to try to improve my commute situation, and I kept saying I wouldn't do this, but I was playing around with the ADC app, and I put in a request for a transfer to the Amazon facility that's nearest to where I live, the one that's on 48th Street, just south of Washington. I never really understood what that facility was, but it has an odd letter number designation, which I can't remember at the moment for the life of me. But when I got into the part of the app to put in for the transfer, there was a blurb that explained what they do. And they're an Amazon Fresh grocery warehouse. So it would be working in cold storage. I hate that with a passion. Although they claim in it, hey, we've got the equipment and the facilities needed to keep you warm. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, don't know where that's going to go, but I put in for a transfer there anyway. So I'm here. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for coming with On the Walk.